Yo, what's good, Josh? Man, Ace back in the building. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know what time it is. Take a look at my results for this week. 6 wins in a row, 6 consecutive wins, no losses this week, 100%. It's pretty good. Now, obviously, the question is, what will be the win rate next week, closing out the month of April? You can see the average win amount per day, average over the 6 trades, and the total P&L. What would you be able to do with, basically $1,300, in your account? What I love about day trading is I can immediately transfer this over to my bank account in days. That's what I like about it. I mean, it's liquid. The money you make, you can spend it. Obviously, you need to take care of your taxes at the end of the year. But besides that, interestingly enough, for those that don't know, you can verify this with your own tax pro. I verified this with my tax pro. And I was curious if it was double taxed because, like certain investments are double taxed. You have the income tax as well as the capital gains tax. And, I was curious if profits earned from day trading was treated the same way. And it's not. So it's treated as income tax. And I only have to pay 10%. Well, my tax pro said expect to pay, put aside at least 10% of what you make. So, yeah, man, it's looking good. Everything is aligning. The stars is in alignment. So, as I said before, so I don't rumble on. Oh, what just happened? Where's my script? Oh, here we go. I don't know how that happened. Like, it already had it up, and then all of a sudden, now it's gone. All right, cool. So let's get to it. Tesla trade today was 3 contracts. The first contract I took a loss because I jumped in aggressively to the loss of $65. I bought 1 contract. And the second entry, I waited for my mentor's signal before I jumped in. So lesson learned, But the risk was minimal. So, I made sure, the risk was minimal. Obviously, you don't want to take a loss, but you can't win, every single one of your trades. It seems the probability is against you as far as those odds are concerned. But anyway, second entry, boom, did my thing. So that would have been a $300 day. But obviously, had to deduct the loss the loss of $65. All right, so that netted a profit of $232.94, 7 and a little bit over 0.25%. Killed it this week for April 22nd through the 25th. 100% win rate. Looking forward to next week. So let's see what happens. Now, this is day 15 of the 90-day challenge. Day 15 of 253 days left in 2025, 181 trading days. So that's minus weekends and holidays. All right, so we secured the Friday victory, y'all. The calm before the weekly recap storm. So another win. Tesla delivers again. So I traded earlier this week, 6 consecutive green days. Yeah, banked it, $1,274. The real victory, keeping the strategy tighter than your stop loss. All right. That's very key. So basically, in the pre-market prep, prep with the my mentor Scarface and J Dub, who's part of the Scarface Traders Lab community. You know what I mean? So the key is we go over the strategy on the pre-market prep. We discuss several stocks, right? I say we, but it's him or Scarface that's doing the discussion. And the targets are identified, the target key levels are identified, and so whether the stock goes up in price or down in price, it doesn't matter, right? So after that, it's pretty much all downhill, pretty straightforward from there. When I hit that target, then I'm just basically just putting in a trailing stop. So that way, if like with Tesla went crazy today. If I had stayed in, I would have made well over $1,000. Just had that trailing contract, because it hit 280, $280 today. But yeah, man, so it was cool. The trailing stop just helps, you can just stop yourself out and just exit the trade completely. Or let's say, for example, this is where my target was, and as soon as the candle, either gets close or it touches or even breaks above it a little bit, you can stop out and exit the trade. But what I like to do is put a trail stop, because sometimes you could have strong buyers or sellers, depending on if you're going down, then obviously that's sellers. But going up, we was going up in an uptrend. So price was just escalating, and so I put a trail stop because you can capture some more momentum before there's a pullback in price. All right, so day 15 caps off a flawless week, 6 trades, 6 wins. Like I said, over 1,274 in gains. Tesla proves trustworthy again. I love trading Tesla. Scarface's guidance continues to calm the noise. I didn't feel nervous, wasn't feeling like rattled or anything like that. Got other people joining the community, so if you're interested, comment Discord. It's only going to be free for the next 60 days, and we're already day 1 of 60 day in the books. So, you got to get in while you can and take advantage of this learning opportunity to tap in. You can definitely become a profitable trader in 60 days with these guys, with their assistance. And so I'm sharing what I'm learning from them in the Discord community, so you can have free access to that for the next 59 days. After that, access to that information is going to be $200 per month. And you can see I'm averaging $100 per day. When I did my 10-day challenge, now I'm doing $200. I just did $200 per day this week. So, I mean, it's fairly, I would say it's fairly doable. Like, you shouldn't be concerned about, $200 a month, I can't do that. Well, this is the wrong business for you. You feel me? So, yeah, man, we in it. I want to talk about the psychology of what was going on. Like, so I think that's probably going to be like a consistent thing, like a persistent thing throughout the, course of day trading, maybe I should try 2 trades today. Netflix is moving, Nvidia too. Why not stack the bag before the weekend? But the rule is that Fridays might not move as much, but it can move against you fairly heavily. That's pretty much the sentiment of, pro traders. So they're like, be careful, because what Tesla did today is not typical. So basically, I had to overcome that thought with no, 1 trade, 1 setup, 1 clean execution, protect the week, protect my gains, only expose a piece of the overall gain. I was coming in at a little over $1,000 in gains. So yeah, man, Fridays are for preservation, not domination. Trust that. So that's what I did. So other than that, y'all, like, man, I talked about the mindset. Got some really strong momentum going into next week. So solid week this week, and we'll see what happens next week. I'm gonna stay sharp and not allow myself to get sloppy. And go from there. Let's see, internal self reflective. That was the first Friday in months where I didn't feel frantic, just focused. Yeah, like as it began to develop, that's exactly how I felt. Opposite self-assured. Let's see, that's what happens when you follow the plan. No more trading on tilt, just execution. Yeah, because I was telling you I was trying a couple of things, and even last week I tried something that cost me 3 racks. So definitely not doing that. Want to definitely get to the point where I'm scaling up and making 4, 5, 7, 10K when I'm making these trades. So that's the goal. Let's see, wrap it up. We already talked about the earnings, a new level of consistency unlocked. But trading isn't about celebrating too early. It's about preparing for the next wave. So the weekend starts with data, reflection, and one looming question. So yeah, I'm going to go into this weekend studying the coaching that both mentors, J-Dub and Scarface, uploaded to their YouTube channel this week. So they dropped some bangers, so like some very, very insightful information. So I'll be studying that, and that's kind of what helped me with this week today, or with this trade today with Tesla. And then also I actually practiced what I learned this week in a paper trade this today with IWM, and made $150 paper trading. So that's it for today. Hope y'all enjoyed that, man. Stay locked in. Stay tuned for more if you're interested. It's your man Ace. I'm dropping the mic right here. Till next video, till next week. Y'all stay tuned for more because I definitely got it. All right, later.